Hey everyone, welcome. Today I'm doing a quick review of the ProX. It's called Spam 20 package. It's two sub poles, and they have the M20 adapter on them. These came shipped from New York, a place called Music Trends. This is the original manufacturer's box, and it's wrapped in another box. It's box in a box. Inside that box, the poles came in their carrying bag, a little canvas bag with the ProX logo on it. I like when things come in their own carrying bag. It's kind of, its place. And let me just move some things around because I want to show you the two speakers that it's going to go on. So you unzip this nicely, it's just a straight canvas bag, not real padded or anything, but that's where the poles are. And it comes with this little coupon here, gives you 10% off your next purchase to Music Trends. Then each one is wrapped in a separate plastic. I had unwrapped one of these before, and it has a little like a foam thing that goes like right over the handle there, but I wrapped it up again so you guys could see. It's a pretty, standard weight. It doesn't feel flimsy, it feels pretty heavy, but it's just maybe a 2-pound pole inside another 2-pound pole with the handle. So it's pretty lightweight, but yet still sturdy enough, and has maybe 5 holes for adjustment. Goes up to approximately, I think the thing says 96 inches high. Does what it's supposed to do. Here's where the adapter comes in. See, one of them is, I have a ZXA1 speaker that has the old 3mm adapter. That just kind of slips in there, which is fine. That's the older way of doing things. And then the newer speaker is a ELX200. That one has the M20 socket to be screwed in. And so you see me here screwing that one in. And what makes it a little bit better is it gives you a stronger hold. It doesn't wobble as much. Okay, now for the second one. This one's going to go in the ZXA older sub. I think getting 2 of these in one package is probably the best way to go. And this is one of the main reasons why I had to get the adapter on one. So this just slips right in, but you see how loose it is? I tried flipping it around thinking maybe it'll be tighter, but it actually doesn't matter. And I don't think that's the problem of the sub pole itself. I think that's more has to do with the hole part. So I had heard that people put tape on the bottom. I didn't have tape at the moment, so I just tried wrapping the plastic around there, see if it gave me a tighter hold. It was a little bit tighter, but not really. When you place the speaker on it, it just is loose. To better illustrate that, let me show you an example of how I did. When I put the top on the M20 one, it's pretty much a sturdier hold and holds everything pretty nice. Wobbles a little bit, but not so much that it feels like it's going to topple or anything. Just a sturdier hold, I can't lie. And on the older ZLX one with the non-threaded, there's so much play, it just wobbles back and forth. I tried it on an uneven surface like grass, and the thing just feels like it's going to fall over. With the right amount of pressure, anybody can just knock it down, and there you go, awesome. Alright, so see how this is I'm just barely turning it around and it's wobbling all over. This isn't the camera. This is the speaker itself. It's just, that much play moving back and forth, and makes me nervous. I also want to show you the M20. Once you unscrew that adapter, it sits about an inch lower than, let's say, the opposite one that still has the adapter screwed on. So that's not that big of a deal, especially if they're spread apart. And then also I want to show you the gravity clips that I use. The top bar doesn't really hold, it's kind of like a lot thinner than the bottom. So a new pair probably will hold a little bit stronger, but like this one. But they will slip down eventually. Also, I want to share some items that might make using sub poles a little easier. First off, I got two 6-foot XLR cables, and those are just the right height for what I need to pull my tops up from the sub. And I tried to find an 8-foot, but couldn't find it. And I thought a 10-foot left way too much slack on the floor. Looked kind of messy. So I settled on just getting a 6. And for the height from the sub to the top, it's just perfect. I'm using my gravity clips here, trying to stick them on there with one hand. Just very easy. And that's the magic of the gravity clip. It just hides your cables all right behind the pole, and see how it doesn't leave too much slack. It's just perfect. Okay, now I want to show you how to use the piggyback adapter. So what you normally have is one cord coming out of your tops, an AC cord, and then you have a separate one coming out of your sub. So that's 2 cords. What this handy dandy little thing does is kind of eliminate one cord. And that way you don't have to have either like a separate, run 2 separate AC cords, or however people do it with maybe like a little surge protector there. I just plug this one into the bottom, and now I just have one cord coming out. And that's how that's supposed to work. Alright, the great thing about this piggyback thing is you can use it on other things. Normally, yes, you can use it on the sub to make one cord out, like I did previously. Or you can even, because sometimes I do run it just on tripods, and put it in your regular speaker. Of course, you still have the one cord coming out that would run where it normally runs. And then let's say I've seen a lot of people put lighting fixtures on top of their speakers. Well, there's your plug-in, so you don't have to have so many cords. Or in my case, I used my wireless microphone receiver for this wedding, and of course I didn't have any other options at the moment, and I plugged the wireless receiver into my speaker, used the one cord out, and had my other speaker, or this speaker, on a tripod. And then I just plugged the output of the microphone right into input 2. I know nobody else uses it, but that's what it's there for, and it's for line or mic. So of course I used it on mic halfway up and used the gain from that. Of course I didn't have as much control over it, but it worked. In a pinch, it worked. So another option to look at. Another thing, if you decide to use it there, you can hook your light from the part right there. Sometimes I have limited space and I don't have time to set up a tripod with a T-bar, or I don't have totems, or I really don't have that space. Sometimes I'm in very, very limited space. This is an option. The problem with these is that they don't clamp all the way tight. This is a lot thinner than this, and this is too thick for this. So you have to kind of like just set it there on its edge, which is fine. I mean, you get that headlight look, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get light on the dance floor. It's not optimal, but it's an option. The more options you have in this business, the better. You don't always get those big halls with all the room to set up all your stuff. Sometimes you're set up in, well, corner of a patio, and that's what you have to do to get lighting onto the dance floor. It's just something you got to do. Of course, I wouldn't shine it right at the people. I'd shine it down to give you coverage and wash coverage on your floor, or I'd shine it up. But being where it's at on the pole, shining it up is just it's gonna hit somebody's face, especially if they get close. Yeah. You know what to do.